Up next, unboxing and testing out the KLIM K10. KLIM K10. ijdm starts now.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
Here we go. Just taking a look at the outside of the box. Gives you information. Okay, yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a ton of information there, but we want to unbox this and get straight to the point. Got yourself what I'm guessing is probably some manuals and some paperwork. Yeah. And that may come in handy because this one might be a little bit of a learning curve because it's a little different than other ones I've seen. And then in here we get a whole box of accessories. So let's see what accessories are actually in this thing. Well, right off the bat, they give you 2 batteries. That's fine. A little adapter which converts micro SD to USB. I don't see these too often anymore, but okay. Get a little micro SD card, and looks like it's 8 gigs, so nothing extravagant there. Still nice they included that. We got 2 more batteries. Then we got these earbud things. Wow, these look, oh, wait a minute. Okay, I'm not exactly sure why these would be magnetized, but I guess the idea is if you want to maybe clip them to your shirt or something. Okay. Yeah, and it's got the end that's a 90-degree turn there. Okay, cool. Just a USB-C cable, and that's all that's in there, I believe. There's one more little thing in here. What's this little guy here?
Oh, that little guy. I wouldn't worry about that little guy.
Oh, they're little things that fit on the end of the headphones, earbuds here. If you got different, you know, you got to make them fit your ear, so to speak. And then we got, oh, that was not the manual. I guess that's just some paperwork. Of course, there's the manual there, and that's it for the box. The reason why I purchased this one, and I did purchase this out of my own funds, this was not sent to me or anything like that. I've been dealing with these retro Walkmans and belt repairs and craziness that's just been, it's just been a pain. And I just needed something that was maybe newer that would actually work when I needed it to work. Half the time I'd grab one of those old Walkmans, the ones I did get working, and I'd find out something else was wrong with it or the adjustment was out on it. So figured, well, we'll give one of these Amazon type buy things a chance. The reason why I kind of like this one is this one kind of fit the aesthetic, and that's one thing I wanted to bring up. A lot of these reproductions that they're doing, part of the problem is they don't really fit the era I'm looking for. I like kind of the square, rigid look rather than an angular look, rather than the bulbous, roundish thing. So this one kind of looked neat to me and was one of the reasons why I purchased it. So just taking a look around the thing, got your basic buttons here. Yes, there is a record, so this isn't technically a Walkman or personal stereo, but I guess you could call it a personal stereo. And in very small print on one side of the box, I did see something that somebody mentioned in one of the reviews, that it is a stereo cassette playback. Whether it is or not, that's the question I wonder sometimes, but we're not going to get into all that. Simply because I just needed something to play tapes, and that's the whole idea of it. If you want something, you know, for this price point, if you want something fancier, you can get something fancier or get a fully restored retro Walkman. It does MP3s via the micro SD slot. So you got your record, play, fast forward, rewind, stop button. On the top part where you put your tape in, and then it's got a little display here with various buttons for recording and doing things with your files on your card, which is kind of neat, I guess, in a Walkman. I feel like with electronics involved with this part of it, I feel like there was room for maybe at least an FM radio, but yeah, here nor there. Micro SD card slot, yeah, I stuck one in there. And of course, as with all my videos, I always unpackage, take a look at them, repackage them, and then do another unboxing just for you so you can see what the experience is like when you get one of these. Switch between micro SD and tape off, headphone port, and then SD slot, like I said, volume, and then a thing for, I guess, shore power or transferring stuff on or off the actual machine. Inside your basic tape mech, I'm sure it's that Takamichi or Taco, whatever that standard, I'm not even going to try to say the name. Whatever the standard one is pretty much the only one available on the planet now that they sell new. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is get some batteries in here, and I believe I put some batteries in here, so we are good to go on batteries. And this lid is really okay. So let's go ahead and get a cassette, which I thought I had one off camera, but I did not have one quite available. And let's just pop in something just for the heck of it and see how it sounds. Although my AM Gold tape probably is not the best choice for the music, so I'm going to go with something just random. We're just going to grab a little Phil Collins, and hopefully we don't get no strikes or anything, because it's not like we're playing the whole song or anything. We're just using it purely for demo purposes. And to put the cassette in, you just slide it in, and it is one of these ones that, see, I'd rather them have them so that they actually fit inside the actual mech rather than these little door things. And this one is a little strange in my opinion. It's just deep. It's weirdly deep, and the tape feels like it's not really in there right when you put it in there, but it does work. So we'll go ahead and hit the play button and see what we got. And it does have a little speaker there right off the bat. Yeah, right off the bat, we got music. And I can't say for sure, and it's hard to decipher on the whole thing, but I mean, the speaker itself, it's not horrible. I've heard far better. I've heard far worse. So let's put this somewhere in the middle of a basic machine you would buy with no high expectations. This isn't no high fidelity type thing that you're going to get, like, you know, like people would say out of a Bose radio or something, but yeah, I mean, it's all right. So next thing you want to do is test the headphones. So let's see how the headphones sound. And that's kind of hard to do when copyright strikes. So I'm just going to have to tell you what I think of the overall sound when I plug it in. And I believe this has, I probably should have put the Doors tape in, because I think the Doors would have more stereo type thing. So I'll just put these earbuds in, turn up the volume. Okay. I don't know if my microphones are picking up the headset. Again, not the best headset in the world, not the worst. I should say earbuds. Let's try this with something a little different, a little more kind of era appropriate. And I had them just off camera, and I cannot believe that I must have put them away for some reason. Let's try something. These are just some cheap ones I bought, like a double pack on, you know, that site where everybody buys just about everything these days. So let's go ahead and see what's up with, okay, as I do that, the cord gets totally tangled off camera. Wires. One thing I don't necessarily miss in this wireless age. So I'm putting the headphones on now. And we're just going to plug it in and hit the play button again. All right, yeah, these headphones, and I think it's going to come down to the right headphones to fit this. I think the sound is fine, but I mean, this is something like, let's just say back in the day you ran into Kmart or your area corner store like Walgreens or CVS back in the 80s or 90s and grabbed a Walkman. That's what I would expect hearing out of these headphones. Now, out of these, it's a little better. I find there needs to be an EQ of some kind on this, and I feel like there's probably some tech involved in there that probably would have allowed it, but again, it wasn't something I was going to be really fussy about, because if I want to listen to something high-end, I'll buy a high-end Walkman or high-end personal stereo. I would not buy something that's a lower cost like this. But that being said, I do like this unit, and I do like what it has to offer. And it does come in handy if I do want to play a tape on the go. I can always plug this in through the line port here, well, the headphone port, and use the line out and connect it into my car if I want to play some tapes in my vehicle. Well, that'll do it for good old Phil. So what we're going to do now, and I do have another cassette off camera. I think I've recorded on this before, or there's a recording on it already. But just for demo purposes, we're just going to go ahead and see if we can get this function to work. So we got to need to turn it to SD card. Okay, SD. A little slow on the switch there, taking off. Okay, it's there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the record and play button, let that go for a little bit. We'll go back to the beginning of the track here. And I'm just going to turn this down while it's recording, simply because of, you know, copyrights. I mean, some of this stuff's getting a little out of hand, in my opinion. If you're playing a few seconds of a song and you hear something that maybe you haven't heard in years and years, and you would never thought of buying, that you hear a little clip and go, oh yeah, I forgot about that song. I'm going to go buy it on iTunes or on Amazon or wherever, or buy whatever. I don't know if people still buy CDs or not. I guess that's kind of come back in, and tape cassettes, but it's just an inspiration for some people that they may have forgotten about that piece of music. And yeah, well, that's the end of my service announcement for the day. Yeah, I think that's plenty. We're going to hit stop. Did they forget something here? Okay. That was weird. Is that some kind of a safety thing? That was really strange. It was like this wouldn't work. All right, well. Fast rewind instead of rewind. It's fast rewind. Okay. Okay, we're back in tape mode. Let's go ahead and play this and see if it recorded. Yeah, I did. I mean, but there's this horrible noise. Oh, that's part of the song. It's just a little speaker can't handle it. By the way, that's Cry Wolf by Aha, I think, going back to the early 80s. Yeah, that's it works, and it sounds fine. Can't get much out of the little speaker. My overall thoughts of this thing, the construction and build quality, I mean, it's pretty solid. It's pretty brick-like. Would I say it's super high quality? Again, no. Is it something good just for playing tapes back? Yeah. Is it stereo? That's the question I would leave for the right-left thing. But like I said, I'm not going to get fully into that because I don't blame him if it is not. But when you say stereo, you kind of expect you know, the stereo thing. And if it's not, then you're basically got yourself a mono tape recorder, basically. That'll do it for this video. Would I recommend this thing? Well, I'm going to give it at least a thumbs up. I'm not trying to be too harsh on it or anything. It does what it says, and to me, it's handy. I do like the fact it has the speaker if I just want to, you know, just have it sitting out and playing some tapes on the beach. But I'm more likely to, by the way, I don't really go to the beach, but if I'm going somewhere camping or whatever, I want to listen to some cassettes, and I wanted to bring this along just for nostalgia, yeah, I could do that, but odds are I'd probably be using my phone or with a Bluetooth speaker or something like that. This will do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like button, keeps us around and keeps us on the air, keeps us going, something like that. We'll see you next time.